Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Whitney, and today I'm coming at you guys with a little bit of something serious. Well, it's not even all that serious. Today we're congratulating everybody. Today we are talking about the biggest success ever, the biggest move ever. Listen, I came on here to share you guys a little bit of a secret, okay? It's not even a secret because I wanted to make sure it was secure. I wanted to pay my deposit, bitch. I wanted to make sure that I was in and good to go because I found out 3 weeks before I was gonna start. That's disrespectful. What is going on? But anyways, right? So listen. Alright guys. Alright. If you're new here, my name is Whitney. I come on this channel to give you guys advice. I tell my story so that way you too can avoid the many mistakes that I have made in my life. And overall, this is a growing channel. This is an accountability channel. This is a channel where I come on here and we just shoot the shit. We just talk about the stupid things that we used to do. And in turn, we can become better people, right? Or not even that, just the stupid things that was done to us. On this channel, I also give get ready with me's, and I also talk about my career because overall, right, success never stops, success never ends. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. And so that's what I came on here to tell you guys today. Let me get this out of the way real quick. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also turn on your post notifications so you never miss when I post a new video. Follow me on all of my social medias. They will be down in the cards below. Pretty much everywhere. It's Whitneys_script. Follow me on Instagram because we go hard on Instagram, yo. And also, I really want you guys to give this a big thumbs up because I want to be able to share this story with everybody because this is really true and dear to my heart. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little something about me. Okay, take a breather. All right, guys. So ever since I was little, I've always wanted to be in this career, right? I don't know what happened, what turned. I just always liked the particular shows that pertain to this career. I've always liked just being in the idea of helping out people, right? I used to want to be able to bring families together, but then, something happened in my life to where I was like, well, maybe they shouldn't be together. And after that, I was kind of deterred off of my course. I was still going on the road of this course. And I was kind of like, how do I want to articulate this, right? So there was a family member that kind of made me feel like the career path that I was going down was not what I wanted to do anymore. And then even though I was shaky on the idea, I was still going to do it. And then once I started going down this career path, I then met someone who kind of wanted me to go down a road that didn't pertain to this one because of the repercussions that came with it, right? So even though I was already shaky and I was like, well, let me just do this anyways because this is all I've been talking about, it completely shattered because I wanted to be with this person for the rest of my life. And I was like, you know what, fine. And I made the decision to veer off course and completely go to a different career possible. The very first video I have on my channel, I don't know if I deleted it. I think I privated it because I didn't want to send that message. And it was called Why I Chose My Third Love. And at the moment, I didn't realize how conditioned I was. I didn't realize how I was settling. I didn't realize that I chose this because in my third love was technical writing as far as the career. I chose this because I settled into it. Not only was I good at it, not only was my career flourishing from it, I had reached a cap already. And even when I worked in that career, when I worked with, I'm not going to say where, the coworkers over there were basically telling me to dream bigger. Always throughout my life, there has been a theme. And I'm not trying to gas myself up or anything like that. It's literally been a theme that people tell me all the time. Whenever I meet someone, they are open to tell me whatever it is that their life that they're going through, right? Because I have a healing spirit, and in turn that attracts great people, and that also in turn attracts very narcissistic people. It just, it is what it is. I have a healing spirit. And so all the time, not all the time, but frequently enough that it's in the back of my head, sometimes when I meet people, they say something great about me, like, you're really something, or you're a really nice girl, like, I can see you somewhere big. And that has been the theme of what, you know, strangers have told me before. Like, for example, I almost said the pizza shop. I went to a pizza shop the other day, and I basically negotiated a good price or whatever. I don't even know if I negotiated for real. He was just like, oh, our minimum is $10. And I was like, okay, well, hand me that and I'll get it. And it was just something that I just, you know, just thought, you know, like, hey, that's going to meet the 10 minimum. And he looked at me, he was like, you're a very smart girl. You're a very valuable asset to your company. Like, where do you work? And in the moment, I was dressed for work, and so I was like, oh, I work here at this firm, you know, X, Y, and Z. And he was like, you're very business minded, like, I can see you being something big. And it made me feel good, because I was like, I mean, you told me that you had a $10 minimum. All I did was just choose the difference, right? But it wasn't new to me. And even though it makes me feel amazing, like, I've always been wondering, like, what is this thing inside of me that people are always like, oh, you're an amazing person, or oh, I could see you doing something big. And the earliest memory that I have of somebody saying that to me is in high school. And my cosmetology teacher in high school was like, you know, Whitney, like, she would say this frequently. She would be like, you know, I really see you somewhere big, like somewhere big in a big office, and you're just like owning it, right? And she was like, I see you like as some CEO in a big business, like an investment banker or a lawyer or something. Like, she was like, I just see you running it. And like, that really made me feel amazing, because like, it's just, I was 17, I think I was 16 years old, because yeah, I had her for 2 years. So I met her when I was like 15, 16, because I had her junior and senior year. And she would say that to me, and it made me feel amazing, because I was just like, you know, what am I going to do? And at that time, I was like, even though I know that I'm going to go down this route, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I can do it. And so the theme that I kind of walked into college with was, I'm gonna be amazing, I just don't know how. And so I also had a little bit of self-doubt, because, you know, like the normal human being, right, when you're going into something new, people typically have self-doubts, right? They have doubts in general, and some people don't, which is fantastic. But me, I had doubt. And because I had doubts, and because I let the opinions of others dictate my moves, I took myself off a route that God had intended me to stay on. And it's just amazing at how the world works in full circle. I didn't even think that I was gonna like preface this video like that. That's why I just think like the Lord is real, God is real, all three spirits, the world, the universe, like they really put you on the path that you're supposed to be on, that's designed for you. No matter how many times you run away from it, you don't even know sometimes you don't even know what it's going to be. Listen, you're designed for something spectacular. Don't deter yourself from the road. Don't not believe in yourself. If anybody needs to believe in you, it needs to be you. So what am I talking about, right? What am I talking about here? Maybe I'm being dramatic. No, I'm not being dramatic. Like, see, look at that. Look at me questioning myself. That's one thing I do a lot. And as of recently, like most recently, in like the last week or so, I'm like, yo, I gotta stop downplaying who I am. Because listen, the fact that I did this with a 2.7 GPA and a 3.4 master's GPA, listen, Whitney, they saw something in you. And so I don't know, well, I know what I'm going to title this, but I think I want to let the message be known is that if nobody else believes in you, you need to believe in you. There was something that one of my ex-boyfriend said to me, right? He was like, I wish you saw yourself as how everyone else seen you, because then you wouldn't be so insecure, right? And then it's just like me thinking that, it made me feel good in the moment, because I'm like, okay, well, how does everybody else view me? And honestly, the theme that, you know, I have with my friends is that we all love each other. We're all super loyal with each other. We all value each other. And at the moment where I was going through my career, I didn't value myself. I didn't value what I brought to the table, because it was constantly questioned, right? I went through a period with Travis. Like, Travis is a theme here on my channel, where like I went through a period where I was constantly at my lowest. And so I couldn't flourish while I was constantly low, because it's not like I was trying to bring myself out of that when I was constantly putting myself in a, you know, in a terrible situation. And so moving forward, right? Moving forward, the biggest secret, I don't even want to call it a secret, right? Like, I just want to say, like, I've been holding this in because I just want to make sure it was good and secure. But guess what your girl did? Guess what happened with your girl, right? I got into law school. Let the applause go. Let it go. Yes, sir. Yes, we did it. Yo, listen, I've been talking about this for a minute. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a lawyer, and then I just stopped. Like, I don't know what the heck is going on. And then I started trying 2 years ago. I was like, listen, I don't want to regret not doing it. I want to at least try. And oh my God, the process, the first year of me applying to schools, and this was during the, you know, panorama. The first year, rejected from all the schools. I applied to like 10 schools. I applied to Southern University, North Central, Texas A&M, Temple University. Where else did I apply? I applied to Quinnipiac. I applied to, where else? Howard. I got rejected from Howard twice, right? Like, and a lot of the same schools that I applied to in the first round, I applied to them in the second round. All rejections, like, immediately. I was like, wow. And then a strike of luck happened, right? A strike of luck happened. I ended up getting 11 points higher on my LSAT. And I was like, okay, so I'm more marketable, right? They're going to see that I made a 140 twice and then I jumped to a 151. They're going to see that and they're going to value it, right? Like, they got to. And then I was like, okay, Whitney, we're going to apply to most of the same schools, right? Like, the different schools that I applied to in the second round was New York Law School, Brooklyn Law School. I don't know. It was just areas. I don't remember every last one. But then another strike of luck happened and I got waitlisted at 2 schools, Baltimore and Quinnipiac. And I was like, okay, all right. Like, you know, like, I was so excited. I was so happy. I was like, okay, man, okay. All right, like, this isn't a no. I got that waitlist status. I accepted it with a quickness. And this was in January. So from January, what's today? August 6th. From January until now, your girl was, well, up until like a week or two ago, your girl was waiting. And that was July. So I was waiting for 7 months just to hear something. I was going to their webinars. I was sending letters. I contacted a previous professor to write another recommendation letter for me. I was like, listen, I think I need something that's going to show my growth and why I would do well in school. And she was like, you know, I don't know, because, you know, what if this hurts you? And I was like, you know, this is the story that I'm trying to portray. So if you are willing to write this letter for me, then, you know, I'm willing to accept it, right? Like, she was a little bit hesitant because she was like, you know, you didn't do well in the first class we had, but you were bomb in statistics. And, you know, she wrote the letter for me. She sent it to the school. And listen, I'm getting to the point, you know, but God, like, you really got to think about it. The devil will do anything. I'm sorry to get all spiritual on here, but, you know, just the world, the universe, how do I want to say this? I'm going to just say it, right? The negative energy, the devil will literally try to stop you from your success. Oh, 2 weeks before I got this letter, 2 weeks before, I was super depressed. I was like, listen, I need to go to counseling because I'm really thinking terrible of myself, right? And I was really low. I was having so much anxiety. I was thinking of like past relationships and like the harm that I probably could have done to them. Like random things that popped up in my mind. I couldn't sleep sometimes, and I was really upset because I was like, why am I welcoming people into my life that are only hurting me? Like, I met someone new, like, and no matter what happened, like, there was always something random and wrong happening. I was like, yo, my life is really taking a turn and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I felt like, you know what, I don't even want to go to law school anymore. I just want to get my life started. And at 25 years old, I have no bills, so the money I was making was doing me justice. I was buying wigs, girl, because I was like, yo, I need to level up my life. And even though I was constantly doing things that was like leveling up my life, like, I was trying to get myself out of the funk because I don't like being sad. I don't like settling into the depression because I'm kind of seasoned in this field, right? Like, I'm seasoned with my anxiety, I'm seasoned with the depression. I know what I can do that would help me further get out, which is why I started making the on the road to health journey videos, right? Like, I started to feel down then, but then it really like went super downhill like a couple weeks ago. And the thing is like, the weekend before I got my letter, I couldn't sleep at all. I was so upset. I was like talking to my friends about it. I was just like, you know, like, I think if I don't get into law school, I'm gonna live in Manhattan for a year because I want to be able to do something outside of the norm. I've always wanted to be something, like, I've always wanted to do something bigger than myself. And so my goal was just to maybe make some relationships, put myself in an uncomfortable position, pay fucking $3,200 for a 1 bed 1 bath 700 square feet. Like, I was going to do it, and I told them, I was like, I'm gonna save up $25,000 so that way it can cover that and it can cover my loan, so the money that I'm bringing in will not necessarily like make it feel like I'm struggling, right? Like, I had a whole plan, and my friends were like, you know, do it, like, why not? Now's the time to do it, and not when you got kids, right? So then we're coming to the day that I get this letter, and then it's like, oh, and I forgot to mention, like, I was leaving work because I needed to take a personal day. Like, I don't want to say I wasted so much PTO. I wasted 4 hours of PTO. Well, I don't even want to say I wasted. I utilized 4 hours of my PTO so that way I can gather myself and my thoughts, right? Because I was having a really bad mental health day. And so that was Friday? Yeah, that was Friday. Saturday, depression. Sunday, depression. Monday or Tuesday. It was the 27th of July. One of those days, whatever. I get a letter, and it says, hey Whitney, we got an opening spot in our program. I was wondering if you are still interested in attending Quinnipiac Law School. I said, hold on a second. Wait a minute. I said, hold on. I was like, I'm sitting at my job. I'm looking at this on my phone, and I said, I know you fucking lie. I got up. I started calling my sister. She wasn't picking up the phone. I went to the bathroom and I read it again. And I said, I'm going to be a lawyer. I started crying my eyes out, yo. Like, I was bawling. I was sobbing. I didn't realize how much I really wanted it until I was literally like sobbing because I worked so hard. I don't think I ever shared this, but I think I did actually. During the time that I was studying for the LSAT, where I made the 151, someone in my family had become recently disabled, and so I was going through that stress because now we had to, and it was a grown man, like it was an older man, and we had to basically go through rehab with him, right? Like, because he was living in our house, obviously, and this was during the panorama, so it was like no one could leave. We were having nurse people, caretakers come to the house. They would do whatever they needed to do to check his health and all of that, but we absolutely had to stay in the house. I couldn't leave. My mom was a nurse, so she of course was working. I couldn't get a job anywhere, and even if I could possibly get a job at like a restaurant, no one was hiring, no one was doing anything, and my hours would have been whack because from the day that I woke up, I had to take care of my little sister and I had to take care of this family member. Yeah, I had to take care of, at the time she was 10 and he's like, I think he's like 61 or something like that, and he would fall all the time. I had to watch him because his balance was off, his speech was off, and we were like working to trying to understand him because this was so new and it was so much stress, and it was just so heartbreaking because it's like, you know, this is somebody that you knew for 10 years of your life, and they can't speak like you and I anymore. And even though they're doing a hell of a lot better now, it was really hard during that transition. And that transition was from the day that I got let go from work, like the day that I graduated and got my master's. This is like April, May, right? All the way down to December. And bro, like it was, oh well, that I was taking care of him because the LSAT was in October. So basically like beginning of May all the way down to October. And I had to do it. Like I wasn't going to make any excuse. I wasn't going to move the LSAT. I was like, listen, You're gonna wake up early in the morning. You're gonna study. You're gonna study up until 12. I have a video on that where I had a whole list of what I needed to do. And then I was like, you're gonna take a break because you know you're gonna be taking mad breaks all the time. I would tell my mother, because she didn't work on Saturdays, which is our Sabbath, and I would well, I'm not a, you know, anyways, but I would go to my university on the weekends, and I would take the LSAT practice test every single Saturday. Sundays were my break, and then I take it every single Monday, and I just drill all the time. Like, I was literally actively working because I had to. Like, I could not let go of it because I wanted to make sure I did 110% of what I needed to do. And if it didn't work out, if it didn't pan out at all, it wasn't because it was anything that I did. It was because it wasn't the road I needed to go on. And so when I got that score back, I was so happy. It wasn't the goal that I wanted. I wanted a 157, but I was like, listen, 11 points, I'm applying. I'm so happy. And I was like, I'm not taking this shit again. Y'all got me messed up. So a few things that I wrote down here, because y'all know I always got my notes. I wanted to write this down because I wanted to let you guys know a few things that I learned throughout this, right? Like, even my counselor, I had to cancel my counseling sessions because not only does the school provide it, but your girl won't really be working for real, so I can't afford just anything, because I'm looking for apartments. I'm moving in super soon. The day that I got the letter, because I'm gonna put it on here, right? I have 3 weeks to get everything situated so that way I can move in and start school. And so I start school on the 16th of August, praise God. And today is the 6th, so we got 10 days, girl. Okay, but anyways, what I want to let you guys know, right? My counselor said this to me. He said, don't let anybody, what do you say, deter you from your careers? What did he say? Don't let anybody stop you from obtaining your goals, right? Because that's been what I was doing, essentially, right? And so I wrote the same thing, right? Don't let anyone deter you from your goals. Your goals are important. If nobody else believes in you, you need to believe in you. You need to believe that you can do it. That's one thing that I genuinely lacked. I didn't think that I could do it. But I said, but I'm going to try though. I'm going to work hard though. I'm going to try to get to where I need to go, right? Like, I want to put everything forward so that way I know that if it didn't work out, it was because it wasn't for me. Another thing, don't doubt yourself, right? Everyone's been like, my sister was texting me. She was like, I'm so proud of you, Nini. Like, nobody call me Nini. Don't do that. But anyways, like, that's just my family name. But she was like, I'm so proud of you. Don't ever doubt yourself again. And she was like, I don't want to bring this up, but like, fuck the niggas that didn't believe in you and said you weren't going to make it. I said, you know what? Like, that's true. That's facts. But overall, I just want to, if you don't get anything else from this video, get this. If you put 1,010% of your energy and work into a career, into a goal, and just something that you want, you will obtain it. If it is right for you, if it's fit for you, if it is what is designed for your life, you will get that. Keep your mind open to the endless possibilities that is out there, because you never know what is going to happen. Do y'all know I got a scholarship to go to school? I got a scholarship. It's a distinguished scholarship award because of my good grades. I have a 2.7 undergraduate GPA. I think it's actually a 3.5 in my master's, but anyways. And I have a 3.45 in my master's degree. Praise God. I know it's not the most competitive. I know it's not the highest of highs. I know that. But I'm proud of that. You want to know why? Because I worked hard, and somebody saw that I worked hard. Somebody saw my growth. Somebody saw that I was worth it, right? And another thing that I want to mention, let's move on into the last thing that I was going to talk about, right? So what's next? Well, honestly, I'm scrambling right now. I'm touring 3 apartments tomorrow, and one of them's not available until the 2nd of September, which isn't bad. The other one's not available until the 17th of August, which isn't bad because school starts the 16th. So I'm like, you know what? So long as, I get a place so that way I won't have to be driving 2 hours away, I'm good, right? So, just like overall what's next, I know that I'm going to have to build a schedule for me, because I know myself, right? Like, I know myself. If I get burnt out, I'm not going to retain the information, and I'm not going to do well. And I want to do exceptionally well. I'm putting my best foot forward, and I'm going to get this. So I want to be, the thing that I like to do for like anything is that I like to be as prepared as possible. So I'm going to build out a schedule. I got my books coming in. They're coming in like the 13th, the 14th, around there. And I already got assignments. And I also have my syllabuses printed out, or syllabi. No, syllabuses. How'd I get into law school? But my syllabus is printed out. But the one thing that I'm going to maintain is my self-care. So one thing that I love to do is get my nails done. I like to get my toenails done, and I like to get my nails painted, right? And I'm going to keep that, because they typically, when you go to a nail tech, they last longer than 2 weeks, all right? So I typically get my nails done once a month. And so that's basically what I'm going to maintain. I'm going to maintain getting my nails done once a month. I'm going to get my eyebrows done once a month, right? Like, I'm going to do that because it's going to allow me to take a break and get a breather and just pamper myself, so that way when I come back to the studies and the gajillion things that I'll be reading, I'll be coming back with a great mindset, without feeling burnt out, without that heaviness, you know, in my skull, because I got that heaviness right now because I'm stressed the fuck out. You know how many apartments that I was looking at? I even got my friend to help me out looking at apartments. Like, I was like, listen, I got a list of apartments. I just need you to look at the reviews. There's so many places with bad reviews in New Haven. I was like, what the hell? Like, and a lot of the apartments are like $1,700 for like terrible reviews. Oh, but you like $1,700 for this apartment, but no utilities included. And I'm like, okay, but like, I just need a place now. And a lot of the places were not available until like October. So I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, like I'm hoping that I can find a place this weekend, because I found some nice steals. I found this one place that is basically what I said. It's like $1,700 and no utilities. That's available. I don't remember, but that's available. And there's another place that's like $1,600 with some utilities, which is great, and it's a little bit spacious, which I'm hoping for. And there's another one that's the same price, a little bit further out, but 2 beds and 1 bath. So I was like, I mean, and by a little bit further out, I mean, as opposed to being 14 minutes away from my school, it's 20. I said, say less, sir. Like, so I'm going to go see them. It didn't look like it had central AC, so I'm hoping it has central AC, because if it does, I'm taking it, right? And I'm hoping it's a month to month, because it looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. And I don't know about all that. If y'all know anything, like I spent some time in the country, in the woodsy area. Not for me. No, sir. Spent a good amount of years in there, and it's just, I hated it. I hate having to drive everywhere. But I digress. So with that being said, right? Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Okay, so I'm going to maintain my passions, and I it may be optimistic, but I'm at the point where like I feel like I'm allowed to dream big. Like, I can dream big and I can hit, right? Like, even if you aim high and miss, I can aim high and hit. I'm so happy. I don't even know how to explain it. I've been praying every single day. I've been thanking God every single day. Like, and even though I talk to him every single day, I talk to him like 3 times. Well, I talk to him at least 3 times a day, because, you know, morning, I pray for my food, night, all the time. And when I leave, all the time for, whenever I'm driving, you know, I ask for grace. And so I'm constantly talking to God. And even after this really great thing, it's been like double, because so I want him to know how grateful I am. But you know, I want to maintain my passion. So I want to maintain YouTube. I don't know how many times I'm going to post. It's probably going to be once a month. I really hope not. But you know, there's a little bit more pressing at the moment, right? And passions as far as like writing. I love to write. So if anything, this is a good segue. I got a segment here on my channel that I don't know what I'm going to name, but I read people's stories, right? So in my next one, I'm about to film it, right? I'm about to read a poem from somebody. They sent me 4 poems, and I'm going to read it for them, and I'm going to hopefully articulate it in a way that is passionate. Y'all can send it to my email, and maybe that's how we can upkeep the the elements here on this channel. So overall, I just want to say thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you for everything that, all the support. And we're not even going to talk about the rest of that, just all of the support. I'm really truly, and I don't even know what adjective I could say right now. Like, I'm just, or what emotion to describe. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm so happy. I'm so ready to get started. You have no idea. Timing is something serious, and God knew that there was a specific timing, and boom, I'm just ready to get started. That's what's next for me. Share this video with everybody if you guys want to. But next time y'all see me, I'm gonna have my JD. No, I'm just kidding, because it's gonna take 3 years, girl. Don't let anybody else deter you from your goals, okay? Believe in you. If nobody else believes in you, believe in you. All right, guys, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching this. I hope I inspired you in some way possible fashion. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time.